Okay, in this video, what we're going to do is we're actually going to place our wires on the breadboard. Like I said in the previous video, I like to start with the microcontroller, the most complicated component in the circuit, and then work my way out from there. However, since I have a specific place that I want each wire to go, I think it'll be easier to go ahead and place the wires first without all the components in the board to kind of get in the way. The first wires that I'm going to start out with are actually my orange wires that look like this. And I'm going to be placing them between power and ground. Now, what exactly is the power and ground? Well, this blue strip right here with the negative symbol is my ground strip, and the red one with the positive symbol is my power strip. That's where the positive 6 volts is going to go. I also have a duplicate over here that's also going to be my power and ground, and I'm going to hook those together through my wiring during this whole process. So what I want to do is right before I start, I actually want to talk about the layout of the breadboard. Notice that right over here we have all these different columns. You know, you have A through E, and then you have F through J. And then also you have rows. So each cell has its own address, or each hole. So A1 would be this first hole right here, and E7 would be this hole right over here, for example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out again with my orange wires, and I'm going to go from A2 to blue. So I'm going to place my orange wire here in hole A2 and then go to blue. My next one is going to go to A7 in blue. My next one's going to go to A13 in blue. I have another one that is going to go from A29 to blue. Right like that. And then over on the other side, I have one that's going to go to J. Remember, J is right over here. It's going to go from J13 to red. And I have another one going from J28 to red. And then I have a couple of more orange wires. These don't go to power or ground, but one's going to go from A3 to A6 right here. If you have trouble holding these with your fingers, you can always use needle nose pliers to go ahead and put these in the board like so. I have another orange wire going from A22 to A25, so you can go ahead and hold them with your needle nose pliers and then press them in just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and move to my yellow wires. We have one going from ground to J2. We have another one going from J11 to ground, right like that. I have another one going to J29 to ground. I have one going from power to A30, right over here. I have another wire going from F30 to H26. So H26 to J30. It's having a little trouble fitting. Let me go ahead and try a different wire. H26 to F30. Okay. Now this wire is actually going in kind of diagonal. I usually don't like to do that with my wires if I can help it. However, you'll see later when I'm actually placing the components in the breadboard, I need to put my infrared receiver here, and then I got some resistors over here. So that was the best way to put it, so that I wasn't putting these wires next to any other exposed leads on the components. Now another thing that I have that I need to do is need to have a yellow wire going from F4 right over here to E3 right over here. And so what I want to do on this one is I actually want to go ahead and bend it. So I'm going to actually mark the wire right there, And I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. I'm actually going to bend that at a 90-degree angle. So it should look like that when it gets done. Kind of straighten out my wire just a little bit there. And I'm going to place that from F4 to E3, right there. Now I'm done with all my yellow wires. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move on to my green wires. I have a green wire that's going from A21 to A26. And then I have another wire, a green wire, that's going from E30 to F28. Now here again, F28, okay, I'm going to have to, I want to bend it, so I'm actually going to take black marker and mark that place in here. I'm temporarily putting this green wire in there so I know where to mark it. I want to mark it right here along this column E. Then I'm going to take it back out. I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and I'm actually going to cause that thing to bend right there where I put that mark. Right like that. And so it's going to go in F28 and then go to E30. Perfect. Just like I like it. The next one the next color wires I'm going to move to my blue wire, and it's going to go from G4 to G10. There we go. And then I have a purple wire that's going to go from C9 to C16. Like that. I'm going to have a brown wire that's going to go from E5 to E15. And then my final wire, it's going to be a red one, a little short one here. It's actually going to go from D6 to D8. So from D6 to D8. Now I've gone ahead and I've completed my wiring. In the next video, we're going to start putting our components in there, and followed by our microcontroller.